Welcome to Lesson 2. Today I'm going to show you how I download my digital scrapbooking files and sort through them. So let's get started. I like to start at my favorite website, Scrapping with IKEA Goddess. She collects freebies and tells you where to find them. So I like to just kind of look here as a starting point to find things that I might want to download. So for example, just looking through today's offerings, I kind of like this paper pack right here. So I'm going to choose the second link. This first picture is the first link. This is the second link. So I'm going to choose it, right click it, open it in a new tab. If you're using Internet Explorer or Firefox, I know for sure that it can open new tabs. So at the top here you can see I've already opened a bunch of tabs of different sites or links from here of things that I want to download. So I'm going to start just by going to this first one and scroll down until I can see the freebie. And so let's see here if I can find it. Ooh, keep scrolling, keep scrolling. Where is it, where is it, where is it? And there it is. So get Smiling All Around Papers here. That's these ones right here. So I'm going to just click on that link and it will take me to the downloading site. Now this is for shared and it's a very common site that people use for downloads because it's free. There's also a premium version, but I use the free one. So if you hit download, it'll take you some time because you're using the free version. That's okay, I'll come back later. Here's another one that I wanted to download. So this one I just click on the picture and it will take me to where I need to go. Again, I have to hit download. It'll take a couple seconds. Again, not a problem, I can come back for it later. The original blog I don't need anymore. And I just kind of keep going. Let's see if I can find one more here. Click the preview to download. So there it is. And this is the other template. Download now. It's going to take a couple seconds. So now I've got 3 so far. They're ready to go. 5, 4, 3, just wait. I'm not going to pay the extra for the premium. So click here to download. Now I'm using Download Accelerator Plus, and this just makes it go really fast. So when I save, make sure I'm saving in the Downloads folder. Just hit save again, and it's going to cruise through the saving. Just super, super fast. It's done. Next one again, click here to download, save it to my Downloads folder. And I'm just going to go through and do that with all of them. Download, save to my Downloads folder, and again, once that started going, I'm going to go ahead and close that screen so I know I've done it. So I'll come back and do the rest of these later. For now, let me show you what my Downloads folder looks like. This one's just about done. Here's my Downloads folder, and it has a bunch of zip files in there, and I have not downloaded all of these today. These are from various days, and I just haven't gotten around to filing them. I usually download pretty much every day. Freebies normally have an expiration date, whether it's 1 day or a week or anything like that, and then the designers start charging for them. So I go ahead and download that day that I find them, just to make sure I get them, and after that I can come back and organize them. So let me show you how I do that. I'm just going to select a few different things to unzip. So we'll just choose these ones here. I'm going to right click on it once I've selected the ones that I want, and this will give me a few options. Now I'm using the program called WinRare, and here you can see with the little book icon, these are all the functions I can do with WinRare. I'm going to choose this one, extract each archive to a separate folder, and it will take each of these 6 folders that I've selected and it will extract them to their own separate folder. So they're not all going to be bunched together, they're going to be separated out, which is good. And once they're all extracted, then I can go ahead and sort them into the folders I created, like you should have created for lesson 1. Now, some people like to keep the zipped files as well. I don't. I back up my regular files, the already unzipped files, so I don't bother keeping the zip files. It's just more space on my hard drive. So once that's all unzipped, I'm just going to hit delete, and these selected folders that I've unzipped are going to delete, and I don't have them anymore, but that's okay, because if you look at the top of my list here, those same exact folders are already unzipped, so that's great. If you have an external drive or anything like that, you might want to keep your zip files, but again, I would rather just back up my unzipped files. So here we go. If we take a look at the names of these folders, they give us a lot of information. For example, this one, TF. TF is the name of the designer, and usually the first name or letters that you see are the name of the designer. And PP normally means paper pack 1, TF paper pack 2. These might actually be part 1 and part 2 of the same pack. So I'm going to look and see. So this is a Tutti Frutti is what it looks like. Let's check out the second one and see if it's the same. It is Tutti Frutti, so it looks like they should all go together, and you can see this is paper 7, 8, 9, so really they all need to be together. So I'm going to select this group of papers and put them into the folder of the first group of papers. It's going to ask me if I want to replace these terms of use, and previews are all the same for both of these, so I'm going to skip those. I don't need them twice. So back to my first folder, I brought in all my papers, 7, 8, 9, all of those are together. So now I'm going to move this entire folder into my papers file so I can find it. So I'm going to go back up one more. Here's my TFPP1, and I can rename it to Tutti Frutti maybe, so I know what is in it. So I'm just going to rename here Tutti Frutti. Let's spell it right. Tutti Frutti. That way I know what it is. Keep the names the same, but sometimes if they don't make sense to me, I'll go back and change it. Ultimately, it doesn't matter because I'm just going to look at the pictures anyway. So here's my kits folder that's under my digital scrapbooking folder. I'm just going to drag this right into it, and it's going to just be added to that file. Okay, this is good to know. I hit the back button and it says it can't find the location. That's because I moved the folder that I was at originally, so I'm just going to hit OK. I don't need to do that. I'm going to go to downloads instead. So Paper Pack 1 and Paper Pack 2 have been combined and gone. Tofu, I know, isn't a digital scrapbooking thing, so we're going to skip that. Touch of Summer Paper, it kind of looks like they might be the same again. So let's double check what we have. Paper 2, so that gave me a bit of a hint. That was the name of the folder. Let's take a look at this other one. And it looks like it's just some random papers. So I'm going to select all these papers, and again, like I did last time, combine them with the other set. My touch of papers, again, I'm going to skip the repeating things. And here's my touch of summer, all papers together. So I'm going to move that to my papers file. So back we go to papers. And you know what? I think I moved the last one to kits accidentally, so I'm going to have to go ahead and change that back. So if I remember, it was T something, and this happens sometimes, but that's not a big deal because they are all together. Tutti Frutti. Let me double check. Yep, it's just papers, so I don't want it under kits, which is where it is now. I want it under papers. So I'm just going to move it again. Just going to grab it, move it to papers. So the really cool thing about keeping things in folders is that it's really easy to move things around. Alright, back to downloads. And you're just going to keep following the same thing. This next one is already done. There's no second folder. It's beautiful. Everything's together. It's a paper pack, so I just move it to papers, and that's it. Pretty easy. So that's the basic process for downloading and unzipping all your files. By the way, normally here when I'm finished and I've already sorted through what I want, I would select these folders. I've already taken the ones that I wanted out of them and sorted them and just delete them. Again, I don't need extra random folders lying around. It just takes up space. So it's always a good idea to kind of empty out your downloads folder every once in a while, or at least unzip a few of them at a time. I don't have time to do a million. So that's another hint for you. When you go to do your WinRare and unzip folders, don't unzip all 50 of the folders at the same time unless you have time to actually sort through all 50. I normally do maybe 5 or 6 at a time, and if I have time I'll do another 5 or 6. If I don't have time, then I can just go do something else and come back a different day or later that day and unzip. So that's how I would take care of my digital scrapbooking supplies. What I want you to do is go ahead and try to sort through some of your digital supplies, and the next video for this same lesson I am going to show you how to do your images. By the way, in the PDF, I've included links to the Scrapping with IKEA Goddess, to your Download Accelerator Plus, where to get that for free, and also for the WinRare program that extracts and where to get that for free. So check out that PDF, and good luck and happy scrapbooking.